So, I'm sorry guys, but I gotta show you another Brett Keane video, and this one hits me personally. I'm really pissed off after this one, and I'll explain why. God, Brett, you're such a fucking piece of shit.
Seek out God believers and use vote bots to downrate our videos. Please support believers by thumbing us up. Thank you and God bless you.
So he has just a still picture, and he plays the still picture throughout the video of, first of all, this video is called Atheist Antisocial Killers. And of course he has Stalin. Then Greg Hicks, the man that killed them Muslim folks in the apartment. And from all that it's come out now is he killed them folks over parking spaces. I think that's what it really looks like now. He has Jeffrey Dahmer, which, yeah, he was going around killing and eating people because of atheism, Brett. I mean, really. And an interesting fact about Jeffrey Dahmer was he was baptized in prison, and the pastor or priest that baptized him, he lost half his congregation. And now I view that priest as a good man. I view him as a man that stood by his convictions and saw somebody that everybody in the eyes of God deserves forgiveness. And that just shows you, Brett, that he lost half his flock because he did that. An act of compassion lost him half his flock. So, very, very Christian of those folks, right, Brett? So, and then he has the Virginia Tech shooter, Cho, which I'll get into him later. But first of all, let me say he was an atheist. He was, but his motivation for killing people was he viewed people at Virginia Tech as uppity, as rich, as this and that, when most of them were there on scholarships and were to lower to middle class. But he's the one that I'll talk about, and fucking Brett Keane.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Brett Keane from God TV Radio. Make sure you check out my other YouTube channels, Brett Keane Superstar, God TV Radio International, and my gaming channel called Games You Love. Today we're going to talk about atheists and their antisocial disorder behavior. Some of you out there may not know what this means, but basically it's individuals who suffer from anxiety whenever they're around other human beings.
Yeah, that would be called social anxiety disorder, Brett. A lot of people have it. I mean, it's not it's not unique, and it is not found just among atheists. Everybody from every walk of earth in the world has this. I mean, people get frightened when they're in large crowds and have panic attacks. People get frightened with one-on-one interactions with people. It's not uncommon among anybody, not just atheists. It's found in everybody, Brett. And if you think it's exclusive to atheists, you're a bigger idiot than what I thought, Brett.
Especially people who don't believe or think like they do. There's been a great deal of studies on antisocial behavior with atheists.
I would love to see one study. And antisocial disorder is different from anxiety disorder, Brett. There's a very big difference.
you'll find, if you've ever experienced spending any time whatsoever talking with an atheist, out in public, they're very scared. They don't like to talk about what their views are, their ideas.
Not me, for one. I'll talk to anybody about anything. But, yeah, if a lot of people, or a lot of atheists that fear saying their views in public, it's because they don't want to be ridiculed for their beliefs. And Christians are pretty goddamn good about ridiculing people, Brett. I mean, I live in the South, and I get ridiculed for my beliefs a lot. Because Christians here are just used to hearing their own bullshit. And when somebody like me comes along and says, I don't believe in your talking snake, you know, people get pissed off. And so, yeah, a lot of atheists don't want to broadcast their views. And it's because of motherfuckers like you. Well, actually not motherfuckers like you, but people in your audience, I should say.
In front of people in the real world setting, usually because of fear of rejection or because they are not capable of having a conversation without pissing someone off or making themselves look stupid.
Not making themselves look stupid, it's just they're afraid of reprisal and attack, like your ass and like fuckers like true empiricism and people like that. You know, we're not scared of our beliefs. We actually hold our beliefs highly, like you fucking Christians do. It's just we don't voice them because 80% of fucking Americans are Christians.
The internet provides, however, a kind of foundation for an atheist to hang out, and he can watch violent, aggressive movies, he can sit there and steal music, do all kinds of extremely ignorant things.
So, atheists are the only people in the world that watch violent movies and download music. You know what? If that was true, I'm sure Napster wouldn't have been such a big deal as it was. Because we're only 5% of the world, Brett. So, you know, and if atheists are the only people watching violent movies, you know, I would think that movies like Platoon and anything directed by Quentin Tarantino wouldn't be box office hits if atheists are the only people watching them.
The internet. He can also make videos where his antisocial behavior really comes out. You'll notice if you've ever watched an atheist on YouTube, they don't act like other human beings. They act like what they believe they evolved from. They believe that they're an animal.
I think he's saying we act like monkeys. I don't know what the fuck. Let's hear him out on this.
A lot of them believe this even though they have no understanding of science, nor do they follow it up with facts and evidence. But the point is that these antisocial degenerates, what they do is, if you were to watch one of their videos, you'll notice right away that they can't get through an entire video whenever talking to other people, whether it be another atheist or a God believer. They begin becoming belligerent, disgusting, nasty.
No, Brett, I can talk to you like this all day. It's just I prefer to call you an asshole, a son of a bitch, a scumbag, a motherfucker, a dickwad, and a fucking piece of shit. That's what I prefer to call you, Brett. I had a very nice 4-hour conversation with a creationist. I sat down with him, somebody I haven't seen in 7 years. We met up for dinner, sat down with him for quite a few hours and talked. Very nice conversation. But not you, Brett. You're a fucking dickhead.
Generalizing, they also will attack people personally.
You, fucker.
They kind of, how shall I say, some of them out there actually suffer from what is referred to as Asperger's.
So some of us suffer from Asperger's. I'm not going to put it, you know, yeah, some people that would call themselves atheists do suffer from Asperger's, yeah. But I don't know any YouTube atheist that suffers from Asperger's, Brett. I don't know any. And if there are some, they hide it very, very well. You dumbass.
Where they get focused on someone or something and they just can't leave it alone.
Yeah, I'm focused on you, so you're right on that. And for 2 reasons. Well, actually, for 3 reasons. 1, you're a fucking scum. 2, you give me mounds of fucking ammunition. I mean, you've made so many stupid videos that I can comment. I mean, I could sit here for days commenting on your goddamn videos because it's just a treasure trove of dumbassery. And 3, I'll get into 3 here in a little bit.
Some Christians out there have actually reported that there are atheists out there who've literally been watching them for years. And every time they make a video, they low rate and thumbs down the video and then deliberately make comments that are extremely antagonistic.
Yeah, this is YouTube. You're out there. You're going to get fuckers like that. I mean, it is what it is.
Innuendos, rumors, gossip, disgusting attacks, whatever they can do to get the attention of another individual. Antisocial people lack that empathy or that care for the well-being of others. It almost stretches to the point of psychotic. Psychotic people, especially those who are extreme bipolar manic depressives, or people...
So, man, he's just lumping all the mental illnesses together. And I don't know if he's saying that atheists are all these things, but, I mean, even if you're a Christian, if you're to hear this and you have one of these problems, I'd be totally offended. I mean, look, I am bipolar, and I do have social anxiety. So, Brett, you are right. This atheist, you're describing me in a little way in this video. In a little way. But, I mean, you're lumping all these mental illnesses together that every walk of life goes through, dude. You're a piece of shit. You're a piece of shit. And yeah, if you have a mental disorder and you see Brett Keane's video, this video should piss you off because he's calling you a killer. I mean, take atheist out of it. He's saying mental disorder equals killer. That's what he's saying.
People who suffer from, you'll notice a lot of serial killers out there who also have psychosis and delusion, who have psychotic breakdowns, usually don't have empathy for other human beings.
Yeah, that's why they're called psychopaths. Psychopaths are a very distinct group of people. They lack empathy, Brett. Christian, Jew, Muslim, anybody can be a psychopath. You're probably one yourself, asshole.
They literally don't care. They could sit there and strangle a child right in front of its parents and not even break a sweat.
So he's sounding like Phil Robertson. I can rape your wife and cut your daughter's head off and take a shit on your rug, and it's okay because I'm an atheist. He's doing that shit right here.
Even care, even for a moment, what they've done. Most religious people report that whenever they are around atheists, it is usually 98% of the time an extremely disgusting situation.
I would love to know where you got that experience, that piece of knowledge, Brett. That little statistic: 98% of every time a Christian's around an atheist, they say it's a horrible experience. I'd love to know where you got that at. If you can produce a study like that, Brett, I will give you $100. A fact-checked, scientifically approved study. I will.
Extremely vile, blasphemous. The atheist simply cannot have a conversation without insulting or attacking the God that they claim they don't believe in, but they can clearly, anyone that witnesses them can see that they hate God.
Why would an atheist hate God? We don't believe in a God, Brett. And second of all, I have conversations with Christians all the time. I live in Oklahoma. I'd have to search out to meet another atheist. I mean, god damn, Brett. God damn, dude.
They hate what God's about, and they hate anyone that associates with God and anyone that believes or follows. Atheists hate other atheists more than anyone. They don't like it whenever there's other people that have different popularity or fame status.
Look, I'm not going to lie. I would love to be a big YouTube atheist. I have nothing against Cult of Dusty, Jacqueline, Glenn, Amazing Atheist. Those people are my heroes. Those people inspired me to do this. So he's wrong about that.
People who are actually seemingly, in their perspective, more intelligent that wear the same label. If that's the case, then an atheist could go belligerent. They state that in America and in the UK, this is where some of the most antisocial people are. And as you notice, this statistic has been coming out, especially in the United States, of recent, in the last 10 years. And if you remember, it's been about 11 years since days of Christopher Hitchens, Sam Harris, Richard Dawkins, when atheists have really been pushing their agenda. There was a woman recently who, her son had died by getting into a car accident along the highway, and she tried to put a memorial, a tribute up for him, along with a cross. The atheists came along, these antisocial degenerates, and they decided that they were going to remove the cross because they claimed that it was offensive, and somehow it discriminated against their non-belief in God by having a cross.
Brett, I mean, I drive down the highway all the time, and I see where people, unfortunately, have had wrecks and where they have died, and there's crosses marking where they died at. I have no problem with that. I've never met an atheist getting all pissed off. We should move them goddamn fucking crosses from the highway. No, Brett. No. I mean, wanting to remove under God from the pledge, yeah. I mean, we kind of get pissed off when we see a billboard saying we're going to hell. You know, we kind of get pissed off when we see that. But I've never met an atheist. Never, ever, ever, ever. That would say, remove them damn crosses that fucking memorialize somebody where they died at. That would be a piece of shit in my book. And if you can prove that story true, Brett, I'd like to see it. Another thing I'd like to see you prove that you fucking don't. Just have a still picture of these fucking serial killers and no evidence. No evidence, Brett.
That a mother put up of her own son that she, of course, loved and was very fond of. Atheists do not like to see other groups of people happy in any kind of way. So if you're someone who is into Christmas or whatever, you should expect that atheists will try to remove that. Anything that is positive or good or something that has been traditionally good to the human race, atheists will quickly try to take away or change.
Alright, so Christmas, Brett. Like, I myself celebrate Christmas. I celebrate it as the coming together of family. You know, in my downtown area, we have a large Chinatown, and there's a big New Year's celebration that I love to go to, and there's a big Buddhist community, and I love their celebrations. I love going down and talking to those people. And god damn, Brett, it's like what, atheists just can't fit into this world? We can't just go with the flow? I mean, god damn it, Brett, you're such a motherfucker.
They don't like anything that has anything to do with something besides their own agenda or their own views or beliefs. They're worse than Scientology.
Atheism is worse than Scientology. Well, you could compare and contrast if you really think Stalin did everything in the name of fucking atheism, which he didn't. But, Brett, atheism is the liberation of mind. That is what it is. It's the liberation of the belief in God. There's nothing else more. And if you don't like me saying liberation, it is taking God out of your goddamn mind. It's removing God from what you believe. And that's it. That is it. So to say something is wrong with us or whatever, as I said, dude, you're just a motherfucker.
These antisocial people, if they've got personal information on you or your docs, expect prank calls, accept that you're going to probably get threatened. If you're running a YouTube channel, you must expect you're most likely going to get insulted.
Yeah, from people like me, seeing through your bullshit. Seeing through your bullshit and calling you out on it, Brett.
Attacked repeatedly for as long as you decide to stay on the internet.
And you will, Brett. I will make videos until one of us either gets our channel closed or one of us dies. Either one.
Of course, if you block them or put locks on your door, they'll just sit there and keep on making more channels so they can get in.
So are you're equating putting blocks on your channel to locks on your door? Like atheists are kicking down your door and attacking your family, Brett. Are you really making that comparison? Because you're an idiot if you are. But we already knew that.
These are the type of people that these folks are. A lot of the atheists you'll notice on the internet are also unemployed.
So are you, Brett. So are you, dude.
They do not like getting jobs because not only are they lazy, but they also do not want to work around other people. So that causes a problem. You'll also notice, too, that 90% of the atheists on the internet are either single or their relationships do not last for very
I'm single. So he's right about that.
long time.
Jacqueline Glenn isn't. Cult of Dusty isn't. I don't know about TJ.
It just doesn't happen. There's an atheist out there that is so disgusting and so horrible. One of the theories that people have on why atheists behave the way they do.
So I think Brett Keane gives us a... I think what Brett Keane really is doing in a lot of his videos is taking a lot of his inward hate and turning that and saying, this is atheists. I have these problems, so atheists must have these problems too. I think that's what he's doing. And now listen to this.
Is because they actually think that atheists might actually be, how shall I say, impotent. It has been known that there's a lot of atheists out there that have actually admitted on their videos that they don't function well in the bedroom because of either lack thereof or just simply because they don't have the tools or the function to be able to do what needs to be done.
Brett Keane letting us know into Brett Keane.
So ladies and gentlemen, it's not just that they're angry at God. They're angry because
I'm not angry at God. I don't believe in him.
They believe that God gave them the short end of the stick. Peace out, ladies and gentlemen. You've been listening to Brett Keane from God TV Radio. You have a good one.
All right. So, what really fucking irks me when I saw this video was, of course, all these murderers that he put on this, on his page, on this video. And the one being Cho, the Virginia Tech shooter. And my cousin was killed by him. My cousin Lauren McCain was killed by that monster. And, you know, something that affected me and my family and several families in that event, you're associating this to atheism, dude. Goddamn, Brett. Goddamn. And my cousin, Lauren McCain, was a very devout Christian, Brett. I'm sure when she was huddled in the corner before he fucking shot her, she was praying to God, dude. She was praying to God. And God didn't fucking save her, dude. God didn't save her. I mean, I'm going to put a link to a memorial video in the description. And I'm not gonna, I was gonna put a image of her as the thumbnail to this video, but I didn't want to use her image as a click, whatever, kind of how Brett Keane's doing with all these monsters that took people away from a lot of loved ones. And Brett, you're a fucking slime, dude. You're a fucking slime. I hate you fucking so much. I better end this video before I say something I shouldn't. I'm the Mad Chameleon. You guys have a good night.